45 years ago, investigators found a baby dead in a ditch just outside of St. Cloud. Called Jane Doe, the case had long gone cold. Until today, the sheriff's office announced it had figured out who the baby's parents are. Jennifer Hoff spoke to the sheriff about this new update. Jennifer?
Rena, that mystery may be solved, at least in part. It took years of work, including an exhumation, autopsies, and search warrants, even out of state. But it still doesn't answer one crucial question and means that no one will likely ever be charged in that baby's death.
The case of a dead baby found in a ditch near St. Cloud dominated headlines in 1980. Investigators had few leads back then, leading them down a road seemingly to nowhere that today may still look the same, except for the lone memorial that has long marked the spot little Jane Doe was discovered.
You have to be that voice for that. Somebody can't speak, So yeah, you take them personal.
Sheriff Steve Soika says investigators first started to crack the case in 2020 when new technology helped them build a DNA profile from the baby's original autopsy, followed by more information from a private lab that then led them to her mother, who the sheriff says has long since passed away.
Once that kind of hit, then we really took off with some momentum.
This year, the lab also identified her father, who not only lives in the area, but as of last month, had no idea about the baby.
We've been through a few interviews with him, and we're pretty certain, we're pretty confident in our conclusions that he just didn't have the knowledge of what this was going on at the time.
One part of the decades-old mystery may be solved. What they still don't know is how the baby died, and if she was still alive when someone left her alongside that road not far from an old chapel, eventually being laid to rest in a nearby cemetery. And while lacking a marker, Jane Doe still left a mark on many.
And unfortunately, because of circumstances, we got to the point where there's nothing else we can do. There's no crime that we can necessarily say somebody did. It's just nice to have a conclusion to a case that's been sitting there and kind of plaguing our agency for numerous years.
A conclusion, yes, but that sheriff reiterating because he can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt a particular person even committed a crime, and of course not being able to interview that baby's mother, the case is now officially closed. The baby's father telling the sheriff he now wants to help take care of that baby's gravesite. Rena?
Well, at least they have an identity. All right. Thank you so much, Jennifer.